Welcome to the deep dive.
Hello there.
This is where we take your source material. Could be dense or, like today, maybe deceptively simple, and really extract the essential strategy you need to know. So our source material today, it's actually just a short audio clip, maybe 2-3 minutes long.
Yeah, that's it. Very short.
From a beginner English instruction program. It's called My Daily Routine to Speak English Every Day.
Okay.
Now, look, we're not here to learn English ourselves.
No, definitely not the goal today.
We're here to reverse engineer the efficiency. You, our listener, you want quick, actionable knowledge acquisition.
Right.
And we're going to unpack exactly how this tiny audio clip is engineered, really, to deliver rapid structural progress to an absolute beginner.
And what we're analyzing isn't so much the vocabulary, is it? It's the pedagogy.
Exactly.
We're looking at the careful structural choices they made. How do you manage cognitive load for someone starting, right from zero?
Yeah. And the delivery's quite cheerful, isn't it? You know to the hosts, hello, my friend.
Yes, and the let's go.
Right. That's sort of the wrapping paper, as you put it.
But the real gift, I think, is this very intentional sequence of content. How it turns listening into, well, hopefully a confident habit.
Okay, so let's unpack that structure. Starting right at the beginning, the absolute ground floor.
The foundation.
Yeah, the foundation. For any learning routine, you need that. And for this source, it means the simplest possible sentences.
Makes sense.
And the lesson, it really doesn't waste any time, does it? No messing around with preliminaries.
Straight into it.
It just issues a direct command. Repeat after me slowly.
Establishes that immediate practice. Speaking practice.
So when we're looking at efficient knowledge transfer, what were those foundational phrases? The ones they chose to build the whole routine on?
Well, they chose these lexical chunks, these phrases that have just the highest possible practical utility.
Okay.
Think about it. These 5 actions, they pretty much define the start of almost everyone's day. Doesn't matter where you are, your culture. They're establishing that absolute core structure. First person, present tense, subject, verb, object. The real basics.
Okay, so what are they specifically?
The foundational 5 sentences are, I wake up in the morning.
Right.
I brush my teeth.
Okay.
I take a shower.
Yep.
I eat breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to work.
Got it. So just those 5 to start.
Just those 5. And for a beginner, mastering just those gives you instant communication power.
Because they're immediately usable.
Exactly. The source host even points this out, says they're small functional units that help you speak naturally. Focus on action, utility. Not memorizing huge lists of words.
Right.
Frankly, I think it's a genius move for building that crucial early confidence.
I think that's absolutely key. It completely sidesteps complexity, doesn't it?
It does.
Pure focus on high-frequency actions. It makes sure the learner really gets that fundamental I do X pattern down.
Which you absolutely need before you can build anything more nuanced later on.
Okay, so that foundation is set. 5 simple sentences. Repetition. Then what?
Well, then comes a really critical pedagogical choice.
Oh, okay.
They immediately pivot. They start to introduce structural complexity.
Right away.
Pretty much. Because if they've lingered too long just on those basics, the learner might plateau. Or get bored, maybe.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You need to show progress.
But they have to pivot carefully, right? You could argue maybe isn't introducing new structures this fast a bit risky for a total beginner?
That's a fair point. A valid analytical concern. But look at how they signal the shift. They manage that risk, I think, quite elegantly.
How so?
Well, the host literally says, now let's add some time words.
Ah, okay. Explicit signposting.
Exactly. They're only introducing one new structural element at this point. Adverbs of time.
Precisely. And that's brilliant cognitive load management, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're not throwing in new tenses or, complex clauses.
Conditionals, nothing like that.
Just adding these little qualifiers, time or location, onto the actions they've already hopefully mastered. It's layering, like building with Lego bricks.
Okay, so what are the examples they use for time?
So the lesson moves from the general, like, I eat breakfast,
Huh?
to more structured time segments.
Okay.
You get, in the morning, I drink coffee.
Right. Different verb, but same structure.
Exactly. Then in the afternoon, I eat lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And in the evening, I watch TV.
Okay, I see. So the core structure, I drink, I eat, I watch, it stays identical to that first segment.
Identical. The only thing changing is the frame around that core action,
But reinforces the core knowledge.
while showing the beginner how to scale up their sentences really quickly. Demonstrating meaningful progress in, under 2 minutes of audio?
That's pretty efficient.
It is.
And they don't stop just there, do they? With the time words.
No, they immediately push towards personalizing the routine.
Ah, okay. Because it's not enough just to repeat a general sentence. The knowledge needs to map onto the learner's actual life.
Right. Exactly. It needs to be relevant.
So we see that shift towards personalized details. Things like,
I wake up at 7, so specific clock time.
right, or I go to school instead of maybe I go to work.
Yes. And that very motivational one, I study English. By adding clock time, specific places, specific goals, they make the knowledge practical.
And it moves the learner from just being a passive repeater.
To being the active subject of their own learning journey.
Yes. That's the difference between rote memorization and actual application, isn't it?
It really is.
The whole architecture of these first two segments, it feels like it's designed precisely to lead the learner to that final step, making the routine truly their own.
Yeah.
I think the motto for this whole structure is captured perfectly in their own phrase,
Yeah.
Simple words, big progress.
Right. And the progress is structural, not just adding more words.
Exactly. It's about combining sentences, customizing them. That's where the real power comes in for a beginner. That incremental design philosophy, master the simple, add just one complexity, then personalize that, seems like an incredibly powerful template for mastering almost any complex subject, really, not just language.
Absolutely. Start with the minimum viable information, the core unit, then layer complexity bit by bit.
Instead of trying to, swallow the entire textbook on day one.
Which never works.
Never works. Okay, so this moves us nicely into the final part of our analysis. This is less about the actual English words.
And more about the philosophy, the motivational tactics.
Yeah, exactly, how they wrap up the lesson.
And this part is crucial. Because understanding the structure is one thing, but sticking with it, persistence, that's another game entirely.
True.
So the host gives this immediate call to action, and it's tied to a core belief about learning. They ask, do you want to make your English better? Try talking about your daily routine every day.
Right. Notice they're not asking for, an hour of intense study.
No, just daily integration. Weave it into your life.
And then the host follows that up with what feels like the central thesis on how you actually acquire this knowledge. English is not fast. It's daily practice.
And that is just masterful expectation management.
How so?
Well, think about language acquisition, or learning to code, or, mastering historical facts. It all relies on compounding interest, doesn't it?
Little bits adding up over time.
Right, not one single massive effort. So by framing learning as consistency, like brushing your teeth, a daily hygiene habit, they take away the pressure of the sprint.
And replace it with the sustainability of the marathon.
Exactly. It normalizes that slow, steady effort that you need for anything to really sink in, for true internalization.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And this focus on persistence, it's immediately followed by something else quite powerful, isn't it? A psychological technique.
Yes. The source host asks the beginner to repeat a positive affirmation.
Which is?
The sentence is, every day my English gets better.
Okay.
And crucially, they have the listener repeat it twice.
Why is that so important, do you think?
Well, think about when you're struggling to learn any new complex skill. What's the biggest killer of confidence?
Feeling like you're not making progress. Imposter syndrome.
Exactly. You feel like you're stuck, you're not getting anywhere fast enough. So by having the learner actually say out loud this positive sentence, every day my English gets better, They're doing something clever.
What's that?
They're setting up a positive feedback loop. It's like an intentional self-fulfilling prophecy.
Connecting the small daily effort they just made.
Directly to a positive future outcome. It reinforces the value, the validity of those simple incremental steps they just took in the lesson.
That's actually really effective, isn't it? It turns the practice session itself into an act of self-belief.
Which, let's be honest, is often more critical for keeping a learning habit going than knowing the exact verb conjugation.
Yeah, tying the emotional state directly to the structural practice.
Clever.
Very.
Okay.
Okay, and then finally, how does the source wrap things up? There's one last instruction.
Yes, a key one. Share it with a friend and practice speaking today.
So 2 parts there. Sharing and immediate practice.
Right. And the sharing part doesn't just encourage, real-world use. It externalizes the accountability, doesn't it?
Oh, makes you commit a bit more if you tell someone.
And the practice speaking today part. That social dimension is the ultimate test of whether the knowledge has stuck.
Right. If you can actually explain your I wake up at 7 routine to another person.
Then you know the knowledge has moved beyond just short-term memory repetition. It's become practical recall, ready to use.
It instantly transforms that passive knowledge you got from the, 2-minute audio?
Into an active social tool. It's the bridge you need between just knowing the structure and actually achieving some kind of fluency. Essential.
Okay, great. So let's try and synthesize the core findings from this deep dive for you, the listener. We looked past the, really simple vocabulary of this 2-minute lesson.
And found underneath it a highly engineered system for delivering knowledge effectively.
Right. So the big takeaway seems to be that efficient acquisition doesn't really matter what the subject is.
Requires this kind of 3-step structure, more or less, first. Start with the absolute core, highest frequency functional units. The must-know basics.
Okay. Step 1, core basics.
Step 2, introduce structural complexity, but do it incrementally. Manage that cognitive load carefully. Only change one variable at a time.
Layer it on gently. Got it.
Yeah.
Step 2, incremental complexity.
And third, cement the habit. Not just through repetition, but with positive psychological reinforcement.
Like that affirmation.
And crucially, immediate social application. Use it, share it, make it real.
Step 3, reinforce and apply. So the path to mastering complexity, it seems, is paved with these really simple daily sentences.
You don't necessarily need some huge, elaborate study plan right away.
You need consistency, high utility focus, and smart structure.
Exactly.
Okay. So here's a final thought for you, the listener, to maybe carry forward from this. If this deep dive showed us that learning is fundamentally about building habits, like brushing your teeth or drinking coffee, like the routine itself, then what simple foundational sentence related to the knowledge you are trying to acquire right now could you start repeating every single day to help cement that knowledge?
Interesting. Take the structure they used for English.
Yeah, and apply it to whatever your current learning goal is. What's your I wake up in the morning equivalent for, say, coding or history or project management?
Find your own core functional unit.
Practice it daily.
Because ultimately, knowledge is a structure.
And structure is built by daily practice.
Well said.
Until next time, keep digging.